In the gaming industry, there's three big titans: Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft. Sony's PlayStation and Nintendo's plethora of consoles have thrived, but Microsoft's Xbox has struggled ever since the infamous May 2013 Xbox One announcement. Saying Xbox has had a tough time in the gaming marketplace would be an understatement. Even though there was some good games and was the console that introduced us to Game Pass, Xbox One is looked at as a complete failure, and the Xbox Series consoles seem to be struggling in the same regard. Xbox Series hasn't had that one game that would push this generation of Xbox consoles forward, even though we all thought Halo Infinite would be that game. 343 Games and Microsoft completely fumbled the ball on that. There's been good games like Microsoft Flight Simulator, Psychonauts 2, and Hi-Fi Rush, but the bad releases are what's at the forefront of gamers' minds when they think of Xbox. That's why it's felt ever since the release of Redfall that Starfield would be the most important game in Xbox's history. There's a lot riding on Bethesda to deliver big for Xbox. Let's see if they deliver. Hey guys, my name is Peter, aka King Exodus, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Starfield. I'm reviewing this on PC and all footage is captured on PC. And just to remind you, I do scale from a 1 to a 10, with 1 being horrible and 10 being an all-time classic. Even though I know this is one of the most played games on early access, I will stay away from spoilers so that it'll give people a chance to experience Starfield properly. So before we get that intro going, how about you give this video a thumbs up since it does help out the channel. And with that being said, let's kick that intro. Starfield is dubbed as Bethesda's most ambitious game yet, and being the first original IP in near 3 decades, this space-themed RPG delivers an immersive world with a story that every player will be able to write on their own. Starfield is a game of exploration and finding answers to the universe's biggest questions, and how you get there will be different for every player. The game begins with you starting your job as a miner on Argo's extractors. Here you come across an artifact that gives you a beautiful vision that no one has experienced other than an explorer named Barrett. Barrett gives you his ship and his robot friend Vasco and sends you to meet his friends on the planet New Atlantis, named Constellation. Constellation is a group of explorers of stars that have more of these artifacts you came across and are looking for answers as to what they are and what they are for. That's all I'll give you of the story, as I think you should experience it yourself. There are many characters that you will come across in Starfield, some being from Constellation and others from different factions and side quests you complete. These characters accompany you in your exploration or jump in your crew in your ship, so don't hesitate to talk to random people because you never know what someone might bring to the table. You might even come across an adoring fan if you start the game off with a war hero backstory. Each character has a whole lot of depth to them and have their own story to tell in between your adventures as you get to know them. Starfield takes on the role-playing element of RPGs to the next level. When you begin your adventure, you create your own character, and Starfield has a real in-depth character creation suite. You can create your own representation of yourself or something crazy. You also create a backstory for your character that can help tell your own story. The player option doesn't stop there, however. It goes all the way to the helmets, the spacesuits, and different outfits you obtain in the game. Starfield highly encourages individualism, and no 2 playthroughs will be the same. Out in space, your ship is very important. You start off with the Frontier and you can upgrade it or modify it in your own vision. There are vendors that sell you parts to modify it, or you can buy an entirely new ship. Like I said, Bethesda went all in on the role playing. As the explorer that you are, you will come across multiple planetary systems. Some are fiction and some are non-fiction. But there are over 1,000 planets and moons for you to explore. All look absolutely stunning and beautiful to look at. Even the cities that you go to, like the modern western city of Aquila or the cyberpunk city of Neon, all look beautifully built. Even the home city of New Atlantis is amazing to explore and full of lively characters to meet and interact with. With there being so many places to go and so many planets to see, yes, not everything is full of stuff to do. Some planets are quite barren and maybe have an outpost for you to fight, but for the most part, don't have much to offer unless it's a story important planet or city. There's so many planets, but so little to do at all of them. It hurts, especially if you don't upgrade your ship to be able to skip from one faraway planetary system to another. Don't get me wrong, I respect what Bethesda did with the space exploration, since it's quite ambitious. And who knows, maybe there'll be DLC added later, or most likely modders will create some insane worlds. They always do with Bethesda games. The combat in Starfield is also very good. The gunplay is nothing special, but there are many different weapons and all with different mods that you can craft to upgrade them. Obviously, being an exploration game, you could just loot your way to epic and legendary weapons. Whatever weapon you feel comfortable using all come with a specific skill to upgrade in your skill tree. I found 2 legendary weapons as I made it through the game, but just remember not to stock up on too many weapons because you have a limited amount of carrying capacity, and when I say limited, it's really limited. The more items you have in your inventory than your character can carry starts to affect your oxygen levels and ability to fast travel. You don't want to get in the position I was in where I was done with the mission and I got a cool new suit and got over my carry capacity and had to slow walk from the building I was at all the way to my ship. In space, you can comm over floating ships and have a casual conversation, but not everyone in space is friendly. So that's when space combat comes into play. Space combat is pretty fun, using 2 to 3 different weapons depending on your ship. Rest assured you'll be fighting a lot of space pirates or space police if you become a little space deviant. Starfield has a very in-depth skill tree. There are 5 different categories to upgrade, from physical, social, combat, tech, and science. And the more skills you unlock and level up, the higher tier skills you can obtain. As you level up your character and get skill points, don't forget to use them since leveling up skills require challenges before you can upgrade. There's also power-ups in this game, but I'll let you get through the story so you can learn about that. Overall, if you play just the main story, it's 19 missions long. For me, it took 15 hours, but that's not all the game offers. There's a plethora of side quests for you to dabble in. Some are simple fetch quests, and some offer a completely separate but great written story from the main quest. There are also faction quests, which are quests that are associated with the group that you come across in the story, like becoming an undercover space cop and infiltrating the space pirates. All of these are story heavy and great, and definitely quests to not miss out on. Now, I'd be lying if I didn't mention that this game does have some bugs here and there. From the AI doing weird things from time to time, my character's head getting stuck when sprinting, and a weird moment when a boss was killed but was still standing still. But nothing was really game breaking or too egregious, and truthfully, this is one of the most polished games Bethesda's ever made. Starfield has a lot to offer to players. Though it does take a little bit to get into, do anticipate putting 100+ hours into this game. Best part is the replayability of this game, especially the way that they approach New Game Plus. I promise you will get 2 to 3 playthroughs in. Now it's time to score Starfield, and taking everything into account, I'd score Starfield at a 9 out of 10. Do you plan on checking out Starfield? Let me know down in the comments down below. And while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more gaming videos like my video on Hi-Fi Rush, which should be right there. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, your boy King Exodus is out.